do so because you are a loony soldier.
He's your big winner! He's your big winner!
The absolute vision, the wonder, the circumspect narrative, which I afford myself with good reason. Not alone, but alone. Not lonely, but not alone. Shut up. You don't want to piss me off now. Because I've seen too much of this bullshit to last for one night. It's time we had a word with the hydrangeas. I'm going in. There's nothing you can do about it. This is between me and you. And I have to find out exactly what's going on. So I'm doing it. I'm going in. I'm going to find out the knowledge of the system that made me who I am. You don't know. You don't know how it is out here, lost in the unknown places. The places they take you and you end up when you're off your tree because you're looking for a life different to the masses. They didn't know. No one did. They didn't know there was a God. But I realized, and I found out, and I knew how. He works within the quantum plane, the spirit realm, the hidden, undisclosed, fifth-dimensional process of knowledge that some humans have privy to and access, but do the secular and the atheist believe? No, they do not. That's why it doesn't matter anymore. That's why nothing matters anymore. There is a God, and you're denying him on the techno-reticulum. And I'm not ready to lose that position of divinity, to know my glory well. I stand here now, like truth and witness to the situation that I am in, which is a predicament, but not one without valor, or meaning, or purpose, or shine. What I do here now, I do for a greater good, and to get out of here will be the way beyond Narnia, beyond the forest of the 400-acre wood, and into a new form, into a new realm, into a new subspecies of deliverance, where I will realize so many things of truth and valor, that my heart will resound and ricochet into the fifth dimension once more, and the divinity shall clasp me in its embrace, and I will escape this tawdry cupboard, finally, after all this valiant effort. Don't they know? Don't they know? Third time's the charm, they say. And I hope they're right. Because if this isn't the best shot in the whole film, then we're in trouble. But the thing is, what they don't know is what's out there. And I'm not prepared to show them in case I get thought of as a weirdo using a camera. I've seen shit. Shit that's real.
You know my eyes are beyond their eyes. You know I see in you what they don't.
God damn it, Charlie, come on, we gotta do this. We gotta do this really quick, because if we don't do it in the right time, everything will collapse and we won't be held responsible anymore for our souls. Whatever that gibberish meant. Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many things I could tell you now, but I don't want to tell you them, because they're either embarrassing, scary, twisted, dark, conspiratorial, or just pure evil. And that's not my idea of a good time. I know it's some people's idea of a good time, but it's not mine. I'm really boring. Oh, I take pride in how tedious I am. You bet I do, compared to the evildoers, who really do make mank and rot and spew of the good name of God, for want of a word. Let's call the Lord, and for hypothetically, for the sake of the atheist community who might be out there, let's just hypothesize that he exists, which he does, because I've met him on a number of occasions in roundabout supernatural methods. Now, are you belittling little pseudo-intellectuals in the world who blaspheme and carry on with their sins without any regard for another person's psyche, in an almost psychopathic, uber-narcissistic, sociopathic, megalomaniac way of self-heroism, without the innate values of the factors required to be a true legend of heroism? Yes, I'm talking to you, atheism, thinking you're wise. You're not wise, you don't know. You don't know what I know. You don't know what I know. And what I know is something that none of you know, not even the believers. Right? So what I know is really badly important supernaturally under God. Okay, because God gave it to me. That's why I know it's real. And he gave me lots of stuff over the years. I've had at least 7 epiphanies, and they are all legitimate. I've even conjured a miracle. Or 2, let's face it. But the point is, we are living in increasingly secular times, and if I told you the story of what happened to me, you won't believe me. You won't believe it. Not even the believers would believe it. Because it's so incredulously out there and impossible to explain to a pseudo-intellectual or a quasi-rationalist. Because when you have an event that is supernatural, that is receptive just to the self, so, scientists will put my story under anecdotal evidence, not valid, we are the Borg, only logic must detail the truth. Right? Bullshit. Right? I'm down with the Jews. And their God. And it's the God of Jesus Christ who saved me twice. 3 times. 4 times a winner. At least 4 times, actually. So let's go through the process. Let's just go through the actual events of the supernatural that I have been first-hand experienced to without a shadow of doubt. I'll just run through them quickly with a little paraphrasing about each one. I can't be bothered to go into a great deal of detail about them all, because it would take too long, and I'm just not that kind of monkey boy. 1. The haloing in 1995. I know the truth of halos. They have nothing to do with sun worship by Egyptian ancient people, and they've got nothing to do with the sun in space anyway, right? So the Son of Man doesn't mean the Son of Man, S-U-N. Okay, that's bullshit teaching coming from conspiratorial places in the world. Okay, I would say America, but it's actually everywhere, right? And another thing is that the Catholic Church is not the beast. Not yet, anyway. There may be a usurper at one point in time who takes the hood, but or the papacy, let's be more technical about it. But it's certainly not happened yet, and all those who think the Catholic Church has been the beast in history are ignoratus, mournatus, uber est, or some pigeon shit line like that. Right, you're imbeciles to think that. You clearly don't understand what the biblical scriptures are saying, and you are wrong. End of. Right, 2, the out-of-body experience over India. That was where I left my body in bed after visiting a Hindu temple in Neasden. And I got home, I had a joint with some friends in a village in Surrey. I drove home feeling as heroic as Luke Skywalker, out of my trolley, but safe and with due regard for all personnel at the psychedelic miles an hour I was travelling at. Right, I got home, went to bed, and I merely thought, I didn't say it, I went, I'm higher than God. And as soon as I thought that, I left my body. And I went into the astral plane, and I looked down on India, and I saw it divide into 2 squares upon a river-like thing. Long story, that was 1996, okay? There's a big one for that as well, that goes on. But anyway, that's the long and short of it. 2 miracles, one in the mind, one in the heart, at different stages of prayer in my life. One was in just beyond the noughties, and one was in 2017. I've also been visited by higher beings of light, which, if you don't believe me, check out the film The Intergalactic Method on YouTube, because I went back to that film college just so I can make a film to tell that story. Yeah, I didn't do that great. I passed, but I'm not proud. But it was a mission, and I've spent some money of my own, which I can't afford, on making this epic film, so you can see what real higher beings of light are meant to, well, what they do look like, because I've captured the very place where it happened, and exactly what they look like in the film. Go check it out if you are interested in higher forces of the knowledge and the divine. Trust me, it's true. And with that, I'm going to say I've had enough, because I get pilloried. I used to get even brutalised. I get slandered. I get harassed. I get rebuked and mocked a lot for my truth, and I will die for my truth. Will you? You won't even die for fuck all. And the thing is, the world is in trouble in the future, so we've got to work out how we're going to sort it out. And we're not getting the mark of the beast. You can take that shit and stick it right in hell where they're going. Do you understand? No, the beast wasn't Nero.
One more time. One more time. One more time.
It's not that easy. How do you convey the awesomeness of a latent power to those who are unaware of the fifth dimension?
One more time. I have to keep it under control. I have to realize the way. The integrity of the position is under my command, within the spirit of Narnia. And if I can find my path through this dark period, then we'll be alright. And humanity and light will find a way once again. Do you know when Jesus talked about the narrow path and the small door? Do you know? I sometimes think I know what he was talking about. Do you feel the holy benefits of gilded photons radiating about the white surfaces of precision-made architecture? It doesn't take much. And home is home, and home is where the heart is. And I have loved being here for so long. And that is why I am part of the radial field.
Only in America, baby. Only in America.
Get through that portal and you're okay on the other side, but you gotta get through the trajectory. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. The Urban Space Force program has been a success. An infinite success. The knowledge is now installed into the conduit of divine man. And from here, there is only hope.
Every time you look at me, I wonder what it is you see as people feel that they're free on their search for honey. People in cars, people in planes, people in the sun, and people in the rain. Millennia taste their DNA rain as we keep it together and don't go insane. Love at the back of the mind that shine. I'm not dying for any damn one. Call me weak, call me stupid, but no one is yet touched by cupids. The things in my life, they feel to pass through me. Range reactions tore right through me. I find a path that I can foresee, a paving way for reality. Tearing it up with my cube-based shoes. Hope you stand there quite amused as the world's little plan of conspiracy sends many down in history. And the back of the plan seen by another man as the fan of the jam makes a program. All hope to find the promised land and not a promised land in the grand scam can.